This video is intended for mature audiences. Well, maybe not mature, but you should be an adult. And even if you're an adult, if you have delicate sensibilities, you may want to skip this one.
This comedian is very funny, Mr. Cam Atkinson.
Yeah!
Hello, World of Beer. How's it going? So, unlike Spencer, I don't mind talking about religion at all. So, I'm not a religious person, but I do find religion fascinating. I love to study different religions. And, sometimes I like to think about weird things. Like, I like to think about, what if all the gods throughout history were real? And they all lived together in a heavenly, kind of like a big brother house, there'd be conflict because literally everybody in the house has a god complex. So, I could see Zeus probably hates Thor, especially with all this attention he's been getting from the Marvel movies lately. Zeus just kind of walks around muttering, "Thunder God, there'd be no thunder without my lightning, bitch." And, Dionysus is a god of wine, and Aphrodite's a goddess of love, so they'd probably be friends. But they'd probably talk shit behind each other's back, Like Aphrodite would tell everybody Dionysus is a drunk, and Dionysus would spread rumors about Aphrodite spreading her legs. I think Mars, the Roman god of war, would probably still be bullying Jesus. You know why our people killed you? Those shoes. What kind of a god wears sandals? And I can see L. Ron Hubbard just staring in the window, just going, "Scientology is a religion. You guys said you'd let me in if I got the followers." There's a fine line between a cult and a religion, right? Some people would say there's no line. But I think some cults are just really obvious. One of the major tenets of Christianity is that Jesus never married or never had children. So why is it every time somebody comes around claiming to be the second coming of Christ, he's also running around the compound marrying up all the girls over 13? I mean, that should be a sign that it's a cult. Unless, maybe God just called Jesus over before he sent him down the first time and goes, "Look, son, I need you to go down to earth for me. It's going to be in the desert. It's going to be hot. You can't get married. You can't have kids. You're going to suffer. But if you do the job well, I'll send you back in the 21st century to Arkansas, and you can have as many wives as you want." Of course not. It's a fucking cult. Now, one of the reasons I have a hard time with religion is because all the creation stories, it's always God created the man first. I can't buy that. I mean, because women are like a work of art. They're beautiful. Men are like a tool. All utility. So, even, looking at the difference in the genitalia between the two, right? Women, like a dew-kissed flower. Men, a stick. So, if there was a creation story that was a little more like, God's been working on making the first woman for a long time, and all of a sudden he gets a phone call, "Hey God, we're just checking on the status of the human. Yeah, I've heard that she's almost perfect, but what about the male version?" Oh, you want us to make them? Yeah, we have some clay, but it's really filthy and it's got hair stuck to it, and just use it anyway? Okay. So, what are we going to do about reproduction? Yeah, hummingbirds are beautiful. Like a stick? Probably get another phone call a little while later, "God, we have a bit of a problem. We closed up his head and we didn't put the whole brain in." Okay, so, just put it in a sack under a sex stick there. You know what would help me with believing in any particular God is if God would just come down to disprove some of these idiots who want to speak for him or her. Like, this whole God hates gay thing. Give me a fucking break. I really just wish God would come down and be like, look, I don't hate gay people. I love gay people. I made gay people. Because there's too many of you, and I needed some who wouldn't procreate. You straight people have made a bit of a debacle of marriage anyway. And I'd really appreciate it, Cletus, since you can barely read, if you just stop talking for me, okay? I really don't get why anybody would be against gay marriage. I mean, it really blows my mind. There's only one situation where I can even remotely understand it. And you have to be a much older person. Because I think for some older people, the term gay marriage may just be a little bit confusing. Because when they were young, the term gay meant happy. And marriage, I mean, the divorce rate's over 50% for a reason, right? All I'm saying is, if you're a man who's been married to the same woman since high school, and you're old enough to have had a gay time in the park that didn't involve being blown by another man behind some bushes, then the term gay marriage is probably an oxymoron. You know what? My wife is my best friend. That's a gay marriage. Now, I've been with my wife. We really are happily married. Long time. Been together a long time. And when we were starting to get serious, I decided, well, I needed to be honest with her about everything. And, I know I'm a big guy, shaved head. I may look a little intimidating. But the fact of the matter is, everybody in this room could probably kick my ass. And so there's really no nice way to say this. I just had to tell her that I'm a pussy. And I thought she was being sweet or funny, because her only reply was, well, you are what you eat. But I realized it wasn't about being sweet or funny at all. She was sending me a message. See, she was trying to make sure that I never wanted to, she wanted to make sure, she didn't want me to turn into an asshole. And she definitely didn't want to become a dick either. Yeah, real funny for you guys. No, but after we had been married for a while, we had to have the discussion about having kids. My wife always knew she wanted to be a mom. I wasn't sure I wanted kids, but I was sure that I didn't want a divorce. So we have a 13-year-old girl and a 10-year-old boy. And, I've got to tell you guys, I wouldn't trade them for... I wouldn't trade them mostly because kids depreciate like a brand new car. I mean, the minute you drive them off the lot at the hospital, their value decreases tremendously. And so at this age, they're virtually worthless. And unlike a car, I can't scrap them for parts, so... No, but I do enjoy being a dad. My son is 10, his name is Noah, and people used to assume I was religious because of that name. In my earlier set, I think you guys have figured that out. But, people would comment on his name a lot when we were out in public. And he hadn't been to church, so he didn't always know how to reply. And so I would jump in and try and help him out, if I saw that somebody was talking to him. Well, one day, we're standing in line together, and the kid completely sells me out. Somebody hears his name, they ask him about his art, And before I can say anything, my son turns to this man and goes, "My daddy says we're a very faithful family, and for that reason, we're only allowed to get our fairy tales from the Walt Disney Corporation." Oh, I was pissed because I had to leave that Chick-fil-A still hungry. I really do love being a dad, I have to say. But I do have to say, being a dad is much easier than being a mom. And I think even the way we talk about moms versus dads is just inherently unfair. Because when you think about it, when you hear somebody talking about, the fun dad, you think about a dad who maybe plays all-time quarterback for all the neighborhood kids. But when you hear fun mom, you think about the mom who buys booze and weed for all the neighborhood kids. Like, fun dad may take the whole team for ice cream after soccer practice. Fun mom may take your friend's virginity after you fall asleep. You don't want fun mom. That's my time, guys. I'm Cameron Atkinson. Good night.